Today's show is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, only the top-rated sports booking app in all of North America, man. They're safe and secure, and more importantly, they are reliable, baby. And whenever we come talking about them on this good show, we know we got gifts for you in terms of promo codes, and that promo code is MOATS for all the new users out there, okay? You download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, put the promo code MOATS in there, and you make your initial bet of $5. You know, that's the minimum. You will receive $250 in bonus bets that you can use to push back into the system. Maybe get you a chance to win something, anytime touchdowns. You know, a lot of people be scoring this weekend, so put your hand where you feel good at. But also, you'll be receiving 1 month of NFL Plus Premium on DraftKings. So shout out to DraftKings, man, for number one, the promo code, but number two, allowing you the opportunity to stick with your favorite team wherever you're located at. And that's what you get with NFL Plus Premium. All right. So you see the promo code, you see the deal. It's awesome. But I also know this, Deke. We can run out of control, right? Sometimes you got to have a lot of control. Sometimes you lose it. And when you lose it, man,
yeah.
You feel me? You might feel like you got a gambling problem. You might feel like you need some services. Well, for all my New York people, you see it's a number that you can call /text. But for everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ethan Leach says, correct me if I'm wrong, but Troy was said to be a starter. If healthy, is it Broderick sitting?
So that was the report that I personally never really agreed with, whether it was the timing of it and kind of when they reported it. Didn't make sense.
After Fautanu got hurt in that first preseason game.
Right. It was after
Gary Dulac said Fautanu is going to start week one no matter what.
Right. It was like, that don't even sound right. It was like he got hurt in the game. He did struggle in the game. And then it was like he didn't play in the other two preseason games, and I was like, yo, throw him out there. Like, I don't know. To me, I don't know what that report was about, man. So that's why it's like, I don't know who or what, but if it's not Broderick at right and Dan at left, I don't know how. I won't be the biggest believer in it. I won't be the most excited about it. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. And I'm a big fan of Trump, a big fan of Broderick, I'm a big fan of Dan. But it's like, man, I feel like just based off of this preseason, you cut on all 3 preseason games and just look at every single rep that Dan Moore took, look at every single rep Troy took, and look at every single rep Broderick took. And you decide who you thought, if you were running the ball or if you was the quarterback, who would you want out there? And just leave it at that. Because that's what I did. I was like, you know what? Maybe I got feelings. Maybe it's biases. Maybe it's something. So it's like, yo, take all of that out. And because the preseason, it ain't a ton. It ain't like it's 300 plays. No. But you got a good clip. But just look at all the Broderick's, all the Dan's, and all the Troy's. And you see why I'm saying what I'm saying about Dan needs to be out there. Dan, I feel like based off of what I say, Dan, you definitely need to be out there. We can figure out this once one of them figure it out. But that, of the 3, based off of this preseason, yeah, I don't know how we not gonna have that one out there. So yeah, we're gonna find out, baby. But I didn't agree with that report when it came out, man. Yeah.
And who would have thought at this point?
Same.
Sitting here, September 5th, 2024. I would agree with that and say basically what you're saying is Dan Moore is the best tackle we got right now.
The way it played out this preseason, that's all I'm saying, man. I know the other dudes have more talent, more athleticism. They're younger players. We can make the whole debate of, oh, they're playing that right, they need to be playing that left, and that whole argument. Cool. All I'm saying is when everybody was on the same field and going through what they were supposed to be going through, one was a lot more consistent than the other two. So, like I said, I don't know how we want to say it. I don't know how you want to do it. I know people got their feelings about certain people because of where they drafted it, and I get that. But some of this stuff, we're not even talking feet. Because I know that's the other argument. Oh, man, if they was on the right side or if they was on the left side, they foot beat is like, what about the other stuff? Like, that's, once again, I'm not, like, when I look at Dan, it's like, man, whether you're talking feet, hands, effort, technique, like that's consistent, man. So yeah, but shout out to them dudes though, man.
Right. If you want to talk about whether or not the Steelers did Broderick a disservice by putting him over to right tackle and having him take all these reps at
Yeah,
right tackle and everything, that's a whole different
that's a way
conversation.
different convo.
But as
Absolutely.
we're sitting here right now, 3 days away from our first game this season, Dan Moore's probably the best guy
Yeah,
out of the three and the best guy for left tackle.
that's how I feel, man. I mean, that's what the tape is showing. That's yeah,
It's pretty wild.
yeah.
Good for Dan Moore.
They said, man, he's getting better. And will he ever reach the heights that we think a Broderick or a Troy can reach? Probably not. And the goal is that, hey, hopefully Broderick and Troy will have them same type of development jumps, and it happens sooner than it took for Dan Moore, because these dudes we do feel are more talented. And now we got what we really want with Broderick and Troy. I was about to say Troy over here, Broderick over here, but y'all catch what I'm saying. It's like that can, and I feel like that will happen eventually, but I feel like the timing of it does matter. If these guys aren't ready and you're just putting them out there because of them being first round draft picks, it's like, man, I think we're going to put ourselves in a little bit of a bad place, and you're going to hurt those guys more than you help them. Right now, this is a positive. It's a positive that Dan is giving you this consistency, because now you do have a little bit more time to work through the younger guys developing, because once they get out there, we know what they can do. We know that they should be able to be great players and for a long time for us. But you want to let them have that solid foundation before you just throw them out there, because once they're out there, as we talked about, it's hard to pull them back and now keep that confidence and everything. Like, it's just too much of the yo-yo. You can't do that. So we want to make sure that this time when they're ready, they ready. And remember with Broderick last year, he didn't start week 1. He didn't start week 2. It took him a while to crack that lineup, and it took a mistake by a player opening that door. So with any of those dudes, man, whether it's Broderick or Troy, I think that also has to be, a little bit in our mindset as well.